Okay. The next framework which you are going to design in the project is a keyword framework. So where we are going to extract the data from the Excel sheet, and using that Excel sheet, we are going to get the values, and we are going to store in the application. So what are the things which you need to work is, first of all, we need to have an Excel sheet that is an where I have some keywords. What are those keywords are? So these are all the keywords. So these are test case IDs, test steps, test description, and action keywords. These are all the keywords. Using these keywords, I'm going to test my apply functionality. So this is which is the third column. This is which column you need to identify the columns. 0th column, first column, second column, third column. So I need to capture the third column elements. Using this third column elements, I want to capture each and every element, and I want to test out. So, and I need to generate the report. I need to take the screenshot. That's so, as we already discussed in the previous session, that is a framework which is working is the last framework is data driven framework, which already worked with the data driven framework. We worked with the hybrid framework, and we also now we are going to work the keyword framework. So in the first session, we have discussed that we are going to generate the reports with the log files. We have been creating the project, we are going to running the test cases, we are going to add the reports, we are going to creating the test data driven test cases, and after one you are going to execute. We are not using any Maven project, we are going to use only the TestNG project. Now after that, what we need to do, we need to create a repository that will see it out later. For the time being, we are going to show this in the using the execution process, right? So, and the third framework which you're going to design in this project is, so you may ask me, sir, can we do all those frameworks at a time? No, depend upon the functionality. I showed how to run your application using data-driven framework, and how we are going to design how we are going to add your repositories in the Maven project. And I showed how to work with the keyword. Now I showed how to work with the hybrid framework sometime. Now today I'm going to show how to work on a keyword framework and how you are going to design them. So for that, using the keyword in the project, what we need first, we need to create a project. We need to create the test cases. We need to create your test cases, and these test cases based on the based on the data based on the test data from the external files which are in the form of Excel sheet. Now we need to generate the reports. We need to generate the reports in the form of .xml file, Now we need to take the screenshots. We need to take the screenshot for the capture. Now we can use either, you can use here. What I'm doing is I'm going to create the test cases using test engine. Okay, using test engine, I'm going to create the test cases. I'm going to add based on the test cases, test data. Based on the test data, I'm going to extract the data. I'm going to external data. Now I want to extract the data from the external files. Using that, I need to capture the test data from Excel sheet to the given project. Given project in the application. Now we need to generate the reports in the form of XML file, and we need to capture the screenshot and close the browser. So this is my scenario. So this is actual project. What we are doing is keyword framework project. So using the keyword we can do. Now, depending upon the company standards, we can use either any framework which you can design your project. For every project, we need to follow. This is a structure which you created. So what is the structure we are going to create is, we need to create your log files. That means that we need to create our basic test cases. Either you can use page object. We already discussed the page object in the previous sessions. So page object model, or we can go with the creating page object model, or we can go with the property list, or we can go with the data provider, or else we can go for external Excel sheet. Either you can use any one of this. So this Excel sheet is to get the test data, and page object model is one of the internal. This is one of the page object model, and property list and data provider. These are all the internal files where we are going to get the data. And external files are nothing but Excel sheet is the external files, which is not a part of Selenium. It is not a part of Eclipse, but we need to get that from the data from the external files. So we already discussed in the previous session. We already worked with TestNG. We worked with the TestNG part. TestNG by getting the data from the external files. So creating the page object model, creating the property list, data provider, we can do it out now. Okay, today I will show you how to work your data driven, how we are going to work your keyword framework using external files, Excel sheet. How to your external files. Now for that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch the, so here what I'm doing is, so here I'm going to create a keyword frameworks, two class files. One is normal Java class file, that is keywords, keywords, keywords. Now just click finish. So I'm going to create a keywords one, click finish. Keywords. Now I'm going to create one more class as testng class. So testng class, click next. So I'm going to use keyword login, keyword login. So file name is a11.xlsx or xml. right? I've been created the methods. So these are all depends upon the keywords. Depending upon these keywords, I'm going to create the different methods. What are these methods? These are all the different methods. I've been created the launch browser method, launch browser, navigate, selecting, searching, searching, next click button and close. So these are all the methods have been created. Now I need to work with the using Excel sheet, right? I want to capture the element from the Excel sheet. If the element is selected, if the element is there, then automatically go to the application, it will select the element from the drop down. Again, if the element is, if the page is there, it will open the page. If the element is there, select the drop down elements. If the text is present, text box is present, search some text in the text box. If the button is there, click on the button. So using that keywords, I'm going to test my application. Now I'm going to open my keywords. Under the keywords, so here, we need to use an inheritance since we are going to work on different classes, right? So use extends. What is your class name? What is your class name? This is your class name. I think one more error issue is there. So we can send it to change it to add. Okay. So this is a method. Now I'm going to for what is your class name? What is your class name here? So first of all, we need to identify the class name. Class name is keywords. Class name is keywords. So I'm going to pass the extends keywords. Extends keywords. Now, what I need to do using this, I want to open, first of all, I want to open my Excel sheet, right? So for that, I'm going to use, I'm going to create public void something like we can mention as opening Excel sheet, opening Excel. So under that, I can use file input stream f equal to new file input stream of, so d colon double slash, and what is the file name? Login.xlsx, right? Your file name is login keywords, login keywords.xlsx. Okay. So login keywords.xlsx, xlsx. Now xssf workbook wb equal to new xssf workbook of f. After that, workbook dot get sheet of sheet 1. Okay, so I'm going to get the sheet 1. Now first sheet 1. Now once I get the sheet 1, now I want to iterate the number of rows and number of columns, right? So I am going to use iterator row, iterator row r equal to iterator row r equal to worksheet dot iterator. Through worksheet, I'm going to count the number of rows, right? Rows dot next. I'm going for rows dot next, row dot next, row dot next. Now what I'm going to do, while row dot has next, while row dot has next, if there is any column heading, then what we need to do, I need to go for, so row r equal to row dot r dot r dot r dot next, r dot next. Java.utility function. It's not mandatory this part. Okay. So here what I'm doing, I'm going to iterate the number of rows. After that, I want to check the first condition. If there is any if there is any row, then automatically what I have to do, I need to create a variable for this string. I need to create a variable for this column. So for that, I'm going to use string some variable keys equal to r dot. We can use r dot. We can use r dot or we can use r dot get cell of which cell I want to get, third cell dot get a string cell value, get a dot get a string cell value. So what do you want to add? I want to get the third column elements, and third column elements, I'm going to store it in a variable called as a keys. Now, once I get the keys, now using this keys, I'm going to check the condition. I'm going to check the condition. So what is the condition I'm going to check? So first of all, I want to check if 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 keys dot hello if keys dot if keys dot launch browser, right? What is the variable being created here? We haven't created any variable, right? We need to create an object for the variable. So we'll create a keywords one action. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll create actions keyword action keywords one keys equal to new keywords one, right? Now keywords is the previous class. If action dot equals launch browser, so I'm going to use so keys dot then I need to go to the page and I will get keys dot launch browser. It will go to the page. It will go to the if the action dot launch equals launch browser అయితే automatically it goes to the keys one and it will open the launch browser. It will open the launch browser. Right? Now, similarly, else if action dot equals of what is the second icon? What is the second one? Navigate, right? Navigate. If it is navigate, so what I can do? So dot equal to navigate, then automatically goes here and keys dot navigate, keys dot navigate. It will open the page. So now similarly, you can use else if action dot equals. So what is the third one? So I need to search the third element. What is the third element? Selecting. So if the element is selected, then so what I need to do? I need to go to the page. So I can set as keys dot keys dot keys dot selecting, right? Sorry, keys dot selecting. Now else if action dot equals what is the next one? Searching, right? So the second one is searching. So next one would be the searching. Copy that and make as equal to. So you can make as searching, then automatically keys dot searching. So it will go to the page and it will search the element. Else if action dot equals. So what is the next one? After selecting, searching, after I want to click on the click button, right? I want to click the button. So for that, so equals, if the third column is there, search button. Oh, sorry, it is not search button. Click button. Else if action dot equals 7 to close. So you can use keys dot close. Keys dot close. Okay. So this is how we are going to search the elements from the keys. So just okay, now. So I've been created the methods. Using these methods, each and every keywords will be run executed. Now run as. Your system cannot find the specified path. Cell dot get string cell value.
Derecha.